All right. Action from space station number 420. We are in the atmosphere. This is gelato number 2. What it is, everybody. Hope everybody is going good and blessed and healthy. I am, thank God. I think y'all are.
Always.
That's good.
What's the first thing you want to talk about this episode?
Oh yeah, I want to talk about first thing is first times of first time smoking cannabis and also first times getting stoned on cannabis, because for me those are two different times.
Would you smoke some corn the first time or what?
I don't know. Maybe so, some Reggie, because back then it was before even corn.
Yeah.
It was just pine. It was Reggie. There was brickweed. But we, like, my homeboy wrote us a J, and me and my homeboy like walked in the park and smoked it, and we didn't feel nothing. But then another time he wrote us a blunt. I want to say it was like one of those, you remember the Philly blunts, like the fat ass, like we put like a nickel into. And that time, bro, we were in the backyard. We had to start like drinking from the water hose. Like I remember, I drank like we were dying, and then I was freestyling for like hours, bro. And then he was playing like the Xbox, like GTA or some shit, and I'm just freestyling and shit, just because I had been rapping since middle school, and this was in high school. And I just remember, bro, that was just the most free fucking feeling I ever felt. And I was like, where the fuck you been at?
Man, bro, you said nickel. One time, me and my boy were drinking, and he was like, hey, let me try to get some herbs. So I said, fuck it, call your boy. He had a plug. So he calls him up, and he put him on speaker. He's like, hey, dog, can I get some? He's like, what you looking for? He goes, can I get a nickel? Bro, this fool laughed his ass off on the other end and just clicked.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, bro.
Holy.
See, back in the day, maybe they moved for a nickel, but these days, bro, man, I ain't moving.
Oh, that was recent?
It was in the past. It was in the previous decade, past 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Because I mean the nickel thing that went away. Well, early 2000. I don't know. I'm bad with years and.
You can't really pinpoint when it.
So, what's the first time you smoked, Chris? You already started telling them, so continue.
Oh, I was 15, and so like I was saying, like the first time I got blazed, I was just freestyling for hours and hours. And I just like the kind of stress that I had at the time was like my parents would fight and shit, and a lot, and it felt like therapy.
And the marijuana helped you deal with that, or sort of like maybe block that out.
Exactly.
Because maybe you were, because at that age, I imagine you're too young to know how to deal with that. You just know that, man, it sucks. Mm-hmm. And the herb comes around, and Mary Jane does bring some comfort. But remember, we talked about that, how that also does you bad in your older years. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get used to this thing mentally, mentally helping you deal with an issue, what do you think you're gonna do as you get older? Every time you run into some kind of problem in your life, some kind of stress, instead of trying to work it out, you're gonna run right to the weeds. You know what I'm saying? So instead of being a 20-something-year-old who's worked out issues, you're a 20-something-year-old that's got nothing but a closet full of skeletons, and you're mentally addicted to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, goddamn, like I've quit before. Like when I had my son and I failed a test to get a job, and it wasn't hard for me at all because I knew that I needed to get a job.
Priorities.
Yeah, so like I remember that I didn't fiend. Like I was around a couple of one of my cousins was in from out of town, and we were kicking with my other cousin, and they were smoking, and I didn't want it at all.
Yeah,
I didn't fiend because I knew.
Yeah, my son, my boy,
Yeah, and I was like 20.
Yeah.
Right.
That's grown man thinking right
And
there.
I feel like if I had to do that again, I know I could, and I would.
Hell yeah.
So I just right now, just like when I have issues, I try to. I don't avoid the issue. I don't think. Maybe sometimes I do.
Of course.
But I would use that to help solve the issue in conjunction. More mature with it.
It's my sidekick.
It's a sidekick, right? It's not my main.
We're gonna kick this issue's ass together.
Right.
Yeah.
You started smoking like later because I was 15. You started smoking a little later, right?
I kind of had 2 times where I started smoking, because I started smoking at 19, but that lasted a month, and I didn't start smoking weed again until like 25. When I was 19, it was cause I met this female, right? And she was into smoking. And shit, fuck it, bro. If I wanted to kick it with her, I knew I was probably gonna smoke with her, and I was like, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? You're 19 years old, and you see a pretty girl, you gonna do whatever you can to get that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I started smoking weed with her, you know what I'm saying? I started getting pretty high, bro. I remember I got so high I couldn't drive, so I basically told this girl, here, you drive, you know what I'm saying? And she was an experienced stoner already at that age, you know, so she was driving, she was basically doing all the driving and shit, getting us high, and we were getting into all kinds of mischief, bro. Like, real shit, we got into all kinds of dumb shit, and I mean, I look back at it as like, it was a learning period, but, you know.
Are you glad it happened, though?
Yeah, it was, I mean,
sound like a good time.
Cause see, I don't chase that fun now, when I'm older, you know,
Cause you don't have to.
I did that whole thing where you and the girl would go and just, you know, basically be, you know, bad, we're bad, you know what I'm saying, fuck society, you know what I'm saying, I did that, you know what I'm saying, I get it, and it was cool for a little bit, but,
we know it's lucky
what?
that we got to do that shit before social media.
That's true,
I did a lot of crazy shit when I get drunk and black out and wasted.
Because if any of this stuff had been posted online that we were doing, it would be embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want that shit out there. And then at 25, it was after one of my coworkers, you know, like I got real cool with him. You know what I'm saying? He was a real cool dude, and it turns out he lived like 5 minutes from our job. And he told me to give him a ride home, and I said, I got you. And then when I dropped him off, he said, hey, you partake in the herb? I was like, well, I mean, I'm down to smoke if you're offering, you know. But he's like, well, come on up. And you know, that apartment where that coworker basically turned into my weed dojo. You know what I'm saying? That's where I learned how to smoke out of a pipe. I learned how to hit out of a bong. That was the first time I hit a bong over there. I learned how to smoke out of a gas mask. Basically, I learned how to. I went from the stage where you just smoked and fell asleep after 3 or 4 hits to actually being an experienced smoker, you know. And hey, my boy here will tell you, because he was in that dojo with me. I was Mr. Take a hit or two, and I was gonna take a 3-hour nap. You know what I'm saying?
So did you ever you never had to do this, like with that girl when you were 19, you never had to do the struggle like smoking out of soda cans?
Oh yeah, that is how, bro. Yeah, this girl was hood as fuck. So let me tell you,
I did that struggle. Aluminum pipes and water bottles.
So the first time
apples, coconuts.
Yeah, the first time I took her to my pad, she was like, "Hey, let's smoke," you know. And it was after, we had a little fun, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, "Yeah, I'm down for whatever," you know. So she's like, "Do you have any soda cans?" And I didn't know what the fuck else she was doing, so I gave her one, and she pours that shit in the cup, and then she starts poking holes in it. And I'm like, "What the fuck?" You know, I didn't know what the fuck's going on, bro. I'm just like, "Yeah, I'll do whatever," you know what I'm saying?
So smoking out of cans.
Yeah. So she puts the herb right there. Like, oh, okay, so here, so we're basically. Yeah.
Smoking paint, bro. I feel like it was like an extra another kind of high to it.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, oh, that wasn't good for my brain.
Yeah.
What about you, Roman? When was your first time?
The first time I did it, I was with 4 homies. And I was with my homeboy Lewis, Gibby.
Should you really be saying all their names?
I'm not saying their last names.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying. I mean,
that's cool.
Lewis is a common name. I mean,
that's true.
Yeah.
Gibby's not a real name. That sounds like the kid from
Gibby.
iCarly.
Ed. It's short for a longer name. And Vicky.
Yeah.
He's not the,
Is Vicky a girl or one?
Vicky is a girl.
Okay.
And we was all chilling. And we went back to Gibby's brother-in-law. We were all kicking it. I think we was 17 at the time too. So all we did, we were hanging out, and we went back to Gibby's brother-in-law. They said, hey, Gibby had offered it up. I said, hey, we can go chill over there, smoke some weed, listen to music, just chill. And I'm like, I'll go and chill. At this time, I was just a square, bro. I was actually against smoking weed. I was one of those dudes that
I'm gonna be a druggie.
Yeah.
Would you talk shit about it?
Yeah, I would. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro.
He was Mr. Dare over there.
Take a bite out of crime. Oh,
and my friend Ed.
It is?
My homeboy Ed, I was kind of hesitant. I was like, man, I don't know if I want to go. He's like, bro, you don't have to smoke, bro. It's all good. You just chill, listen to music. That's all you got to do. I was like, whatever. So I went with him. Because this is the first time me ever hanging out with Lewis. So I was like, fuck it. He was a cool dude. I didn't want to look lame in front of this dude. So we went, and we were just kicking it. And they all showed this bong. Bro, this bong was like fucking about, I would say about a good 3-4 foot bong.
Like NASA.
Yeah, it's fucking big. Not like Kimbo.
Oh.
A little bit bigger than Kimbo, actually.
Side note, Kimbo is a big 19.5-inch bong one of us has.
19.
Nah, that was bigger. It was about a foot taller than that.
So like 20.
A
21.
foot or a foot?
No, it was a foot. These weren't inches, bro. This is a 3-foot bong, bro. This hole was big.
Like plastic?
No, glass, bro.
That's dangerous.
There's a story behind that too, but yeah.
All right, then, and then.
But I didn't want to do it, but you know, I kind of got peer pressure. I ain't gonna lie. My homeboy tried. He was like, "Nah, bro, you ain't gotta do it. Don't do it." I'm like, "Fuck it, let's do it." I think it was my friend Lewis that called me a pussy or something. It's like, "Stop being a bitch, bro. Just fucking hit it." I'm
You
like,
yellow belly.
Man, peer pressure like
I got peer
son
pressure like a
bitch, bro.
motherfucker, bro. Gibby didn't help either.
Damn.
Vicky, she was fucking high, so she didn't give a shit.
Right. I mean, like a real person wouldn't care. Like, I
So I was like,
bro.
fuck it. You know, I hit it.
That's kind of not a homie.
But unless they know, like, nah, he needs it, man.
Yeah.
Maybe he was kind of like,
'Cause at this time-
shit at that time.
At this time, I was going through a lot of shit, and the young mind is what they thought.
Yeah, they thought
Going
they
back
was
at this
right,
time,
maybe.
it introduced me to it, but I didn't start
Right.
heavily smoking weed until maybe after I graduated. And I went after, well, I'll tell you how I first hit the bomb first. I'll go into that one. But I hit this bomb, bro. I coughed my fucking lungs out. It was the first time me ever hitting anything, bro. Anytime hitting herb or whatever, and it was some, I can't remember what it was that I hit. It was some kush though. And I coughed out my fucking lungs. I went to the bathroom, was threw up. That shit hit me hard. I couldn't breathe for a minute. They were fucking laughing at me, you know, just laughing at how hard I hit it, but they were happy, because I just got high the rest of the night. After that, we chilled for a little bit longer. We all went home, and I finished 3 Chevelle albums that night. I stayed up listening to 3 Chevelle albums. That was it. Went to bed, and I didn't really start heavily smoking weed, but I really just started smoking it almost every day. It was almost after a breakup. It was about a month after I broke up with this chick. My friend Gibby was like, "You want to smoke?" And I was like, "Fuck it, bro." So we started smoking together.
It's like the meme, you were crying and complaining and shit. He's like, "Here, man, just."
Pretty much, bro. You know.
I see.
The first time I smoked weed, yeah, I got peer pressure into doing it. Do I regret it? Not really. I mean, nah, though, because it was lessons learned from my young years of being responsible with smoking weed.
I fucked up a lot. I did like hydrocodone. I did a lot of shit.
It's all good, bro.
Shit that I don't recommend, but I did
Yeah.
that. So hopefully, people don't gotta go through that shit.
You
know
live
what I
and
mean?
you learn. You know
Live
what
and
I'm
you
saying?
learn. You don't do that shit no more. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's up. And it's weird how it brought us together again.
Yeah.
Shout out to Levine's and UPS. I met you through Levine's and he met you through UPS, and then.
It wasn't even UPS that introduced us. We just worked there. It was actually somebody else that introduced us.
Bro, you know, this fool was a little bitch when I first met him, bro.
He's got to bring this shit up.
Hey.
Oh, man.
But like I said,
The origin story.
It really is, bro.
I had maybe known this fool, like, I had kicked it with him twice prior before, right? So we were basically technically strangers, because, we were kicking it with a group of homies. It was probably like about 5-6 deep. We were kicking it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, in the beginning of my weed smoking journey, I would take 2 or 3 hits and be knocked out for about 2-3 hours. So one time we were smoking at his pad, his apartment, his mom's apartment and whatnot. And I get high like that, and I kind of knock out on the couch, and everybody's ready to leave, right? But I'm still pretty high, bro. I can't drive. So they were like, "Hey man, just let Vino crash on your couch for a couple hours, man. It's cool, man. He's a cool dude. He'll get up and he'll bounce." And you can tell, he was like, "Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, he's like, can we not take him home?" And they're like, "Come on, bro." You could just tell, man. You could just tell. He was not happy to have me there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like,
he didn't know.
He's like, why is this motherfucker smoking anyway? You know what I'm saying?
You can't even hang.
Yeah, for real, bro, for real.
You can't even stay away.
At the time, the only excuse I can give you...
Ain't no excuse. I'm trying to get no excuse. That was a bitch move.
It was. I ain't gonna deny that shit, but you know what? I was very lame, and I like my privacy. You know.
I like
you about
that.
to jack off and shit.
He was very lame. That's it. He was very bro. Nah, go ahead. See, I don't want to expose my boy too much, man. You know what?
That's for off camera. Off mic conversation.
Nah, we'll argue about this later.
I already roasted him enough. You know what I'm saying? I'll say something.
You're a good sport though, man, and you've evolved. You're not that person anymore, so that's cool.
Shit. Well, what's their dispute? That's all truth.
That's not funny.
I was.
He being petty right now. This is. You tell pass is a pass, homie. Goddamn, let it go.
Right now we're in
We
the past.
became the best of homies.
We're just reminiscing, bro.
But on this podcast, we're time traveling, so it's like
Right.
we're kind of in the past right now. You know what I'm saying?
True that.
What else you got on your
What about
mind?
psilocybin? When was your first?
Psilocybin, my first mushroom trip, I think I was 26, and let me tell you, it was very successful. You know, all that stuff that people want mushrooms to do, help you see the world a different way, help you want to become a better person. It did that shit with me, bro. You know, and I always say that I got lucky like that because I would always go in taking that stuff with respect. You know, as I'm popping those, you know, the mushrooms. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying, all right, plant. You know, I'm taking you with respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just here. I don't just want to get fucked up, and you know, I don't want to just trip. I want to see what you have to teach me. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's how I started smoking weed too. You know, I always had respect for the plant. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to see shit. You know, I want to get some good vibes, and you know, I think that's what helped make it a good trip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my first trip wasn't like that at all. I was just trying to get. I was 15, 16. I was trying to get fucked up. Yeah, I did. I talked about it a little bit on the last one, but I just like, and it was just like little shit. Like I saw like this popcorn ceiling. It looked like little people like. And we were watching like Dave Chappelle show, and that shit was hilarious. And then we went to the creek, and these rocks, they looked like skulls to me. And it was hot as shit because it was the summertime, so we should not have been outside. Cause I was with these two homeboys, these white boys, and they were like, all right, you tripping, we'll take care of you, whatever. And they didn't even want me to smoke, but like, nah, it'll fuck with you, and I was like, all right, whatever. I passed out, so they had to like get me. But it was just the heat, I think.
Luckily, you didn't pass out at Romo's. He probably would have tried to kick you out.
Yeah, if somebody come pick this passed out, can't even hang.
Yeah.
That was my first time, and then after that, I grew some because this smoke shop had like a kit, and I don't know if I did it right, but the way I did it, like by the time it looked good enough, I didn't like. I cut them or whatever, right? And instead of like curing them and letting them dry,
You just ate them hoes.
I microwave.
Oh Lord.
So they could dry up, and I eat them hoes, and I'll trip like a motherfucker. Like one time, I felt like everything was just like a cartoon, just like very cartoonish.
Everything's perfect.
Was that a Juicy J song?
Nah, that's ASAP Rocky.
And I enjoyed it. The one time where I really, you hear that bird? It's a bird.
It's geese.
Yeah, there's like geese.
Ain't no bird.
It sounds like someone is in a big drum and like. You know what I'm saying? Like you're echoing out of a big drum.
You can close it if you want to.
Nah, it's all good. I like it. I like the sound. It's nature.
No, it's amazing. I don't usually get it. You see how shocked I am? My city face.
Whenever you became my like shaman, that was like my first time.
Oh yeah, I
really
remember
trying
that
to meditate
trip.
with it.
I remember that trip.
And that was a good experience.
You know what was crazy during your trip that I wasn't tripping, but I was just there kind of watching. Is because while you were tripping, I was reading this book that had all of Jimi Hendrix lyrics, like his own handwriting, basically the pictures of what he wrote. All right. And I started to understand the tragedy of Jimi Hendrix, bro, while you were tripping. So it was like, man, I'm getting some good vibes here too while Chris is over there doing this. Well, you know, you realize that they just used them up, bro. Like these music people just you know got him drugged up, put him on stage, and then turn him into a fiend, bro, just so that he can never say no to these contracts. You know what I mean?
And we were talking about that last episode when we were talking about some of these young artists and their lyrics and what they were writing, bro.
Yeah,
we were talking about that last time.
Damn, so it just keeps happening and happening to musicians.
It's been happening since
beautiful minds. They're empaths, so they're easily manipulated sometimes if they're not around the right people.
And they just want to please the people. So when they think that people don't like them, they get all insecure. You know, this is what that movie you saw yesterday, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, really shows you, bro. How like these actors are brilliant. Like they have brilliant minds. They, you know what I'm saying? They have
they're artists.
They have personalities that can like. That can win you over real quick, right? But the thing is, all they crave is acceptance. So they're insecure, and these Hollywood people take advantage of that. They know that all these people want to do is please, so they control them. They turn them into robots. But these dudes, if they could overcome that, these insecurities, they could be running shit, and they should, because they're the talent. You know what I'm saying? These
because they're the ones that are needed. They're the ones that make the money.
Here's the thing about Hollywood: it pushes beauty and perfection, but it's all run by ugly ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Why don't the pretty people that have the talent and the looks and that people actually like, why don't they finally realized that, hey, we are the talent. You know what I'm saying? Just
Really, they have the power.
All you are is the money. We're the talent. Without us, none of y'all got money. Exactly, bro. But they got them hooked. They get them on drugs. They get them on bitches. They get them on alcohol. They get them on pills.
Combination of all of it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And they turn them into their slaves, pretty much. You know what I mean? They turn them into drug addicts.
And that Charlie Sheen shit, bro.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
What you said?
So, what the fuck? No, you want to take a pause on this?
How long has it been? Like an hour?
No,
Well, check.
it hasn't been that long.
Well, I mean, we don't have to pause on it.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this.
Nah.
That's 20 minutes.
We can keep
Oh,
going.
20 minutes?
Yeah, we're back.
See, that's what time traveling does, bro. It makes you feel like time is going faster.
Well, that's interesting.
It's basically.
So what you were saying?
Man,
Oh, yeah.
Bro, he's just like a dude that'd be like, nah, that's crazy. All he do is, like, oh yeah, for real?
Damn.
I
Yeah.
read the book, so I can't say shit. What you want me to say?
He's also.
If you gonna be fake, don't say shit.
Dang.
What was I gonna say?
So
I was gonna say that it might as well be called Pink Cookies 3, but here comes the gelato. So I guess it's up to you, whatever you want to call it.
Here it comes, where?
Here comes gelato. Or even Girl Scout cookies, GSC. And then, what about your first psilocybin experience? Bro, do you want to talk about this time? Because last night you talked about just. What do you?
It's because he's heard the story so many. I mean, he was there.
Right. Okay.
He watched this whole thing. I mean, I won't go into
Do you
detail
want
with
to
it.
say it? No? Okay.
I don't want to go into detail
Stay
with
below
it
horses
too
now.
much. You know, it talks about a lot of personal stuff.
Okay.
But put it in a general term, dude, I faced a lot of demons that I had to face.
I feel you.
You know, I cried.
That was prior to your weight loss? Or. Okay.
Nah, he was fat back then, yeah.
Yeah,
This
this
is the
is prior.
second time he said you lost a lot of weight by that time, right? You were like, yeah.
It was my birthday at that time. It was a culmination of like losing weight, being good homies with him. Man, it was a lot of realizations at that time when I took it. But the first time I took it, I was fat, out of shape, had a lot of issues.
So they can say lice. I was like, God dang, this nigga had lice. And he was fat? Nah.
I would be surprised if he did.
I probably did. I ain't gonna lie to
He
you.
was doing bad, bro. He was dusty back in the day.
Oh man, like Pigpen.
He looked like like that
Peanuts.
fool from Peanuts with the dirt.
Yeah, roast on my ass like that.
Who are you? I think I was Charlie Brown, bro.
You think you were Charlie Brown?
Now not so much, but back then.
I think I used to be Linus. Always worried about shit.
Linus.
Yeah.
Piano?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one I was worried
I was
about shit,
thinking
right?
shit, yeah.
Because I was always responsible for making the music, you know, the ambiance. But I was always this is my anxiety, you know.
Yeah.
Our Pigpen continue.
But nah, man. But it helped me realize a lot of things in my life, like that things were okay. I ain't have to worry about so much shit so much. And like,
Well, it's good you had a guide too.
yeah, I could.
Who he denied shelter to the first time. Remember this. He denied me shelter
And you were still. That's a good shaman though.
out of my golden heart.
But with facing everything and whatnot, it made me see a lot that I needed to deal with. He was there. He watched this. The funny thing was is I think he pulled the blanket off of me because I felt like because I had a blanket over me at this whole time. I was laid, passed out on the floor with a blanket over me. I wasn't asleep. I was just seeing shit. I was in another world. He was watching this thing the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt that he pulled the blanket off of me whenever that happened. Whenever I was just tripping balls, he pulled it off of me. I felt. I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Oh yeah." He's like, he pulled it right. I felt it throw it back on me, bro. I was like, "Oh, I feel safe."
What did you see when you pulled it out? Like he's all sweating and shit.
Yeah, I mean, cause that blanket has helped a lot with not just my shit, other people's shit. Cause you put it on you, right? And
Security.
and so there's still at first, But when those mushrooms kick in, their feet start moving randomly to the blink. You can see it, and I'm like, they're in it. And he was moving like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He was breathing hard. I'm like, oh yeah, he's
on deep.
He's on deep. You know what I'm saying? So I was just checking. I don't give him some fresh air.
I still do remember the one thing I think he did tell me before going in there was that as deep as you go, you always gotta keep in mind why you gotta come back. You can't get stuck in that world. You always gotta have a reason to come back home. Mine was always my nephews. I had Joshua. I had to get back home because of Joshua. Bro. I can't be in this world. I love it. I love being around where I was at, bro. I was at peace. Like that was the only fucking time I ever felt peace in my life. Like I had no worries. There was nothing. I just felt absolute harmony and peace, and I've never felt that ever again.
On the first trip?
On first trip, I've never felt that ever again. The universe gave me what true tranquility and peace felt like, bro.
I feel you.
You know, and it was good. Because after the trip, after I faced my final reality, which was myself, that whole battle was just look, I'm just gonna keep that to myself.
Yeah,
but
that's cool.
I faced it. I woke up. He was gone. I felt when he left because my trip just turned dark after that. It turned dark as fuck.
It was like he was your light.
He was, but at that point I had to face myself. So I felt when he left. It's like an energy of light just instantly just walked away. He went to the room.
The restroom.
Not to the other room. Oh yeah, he needed some time alone. I know it.
You got scary?
It did. Alright, fuck it. I'll tell you what the story was. When I had to finally face myself, I faced this monster. This tentacle monster. Again, when I told you it was Matthew McConaughey, it was when I first met him. It was when I had to face a lot of shit. So he kind of told me, yeah, one more demon to face. He sent me on my own way. He disappeared. I said, where the fuck you go? He disappeared. So I just felt darkness all around me. And I get smacked by a fucking tentacle monster. And just hits me.
It's like he looked at me and he's like, hey man, you ready for what's next? And Ron was like, no, I'm not. He goes, be a lot cooler if you were. And it disappears.
So, I eventually had to face it. I defeated it. And when I finally realized what I faced, it kind of like disintegrated into myself. That was the final obstacle that I had to face. It was myself. That was the only reason I couldn't do anything. It's the only reason that things were happening to me was because of me. I was sitting there blaming everything else, blaming everybody else. And, you know, when I finally faced myself and got over it, that's when positive things started happening. I started working out. I started doing being there for my family more, listening to the universe and what they were telling me. And that's the reality that I faced. And then when I awoke, I got up, grabbed myself, and then know where the fuck I was at. I jerked awake. Really. I didn't just wake up peacefully, just getting up. No, I jerked the fuck awake. And I was like, what the fuck? Threw the blanket off of me. Checked myself. I walk into his room and I asked him, like, where the fuck am I? What's
Did you
today?
remember who he was?
Yeah.
You did?
But I didn't know where the fuck I was. I thought I was gone for years.
See, time travel.
And when I walked in, I asked him, I was like, what's today? What time is it? Where are we? And it took me a minute to kind of like,
bro,
calm down,
let me tell you, bro.
Yeah, I didn't tell you.
I remember this part too when I went to drop him off at his apartment. So check this out. He had a neighbor. She was this chick, like this single mother, and her little kid kind of was friends with his little nephew, right? But she had seen us all kicking it together, and then one time I joked around. I said, "I bet you thinks we're gay," and he goes, "He probably does." So then this time that after I'm taking him home and he's all, he's tripping balls. He's coming. Well, he's coming down. He's coming down. So I walk, I'm walking to the door and talking about, how he feels and this and that, and I give him a hug. I like a manly hug, but it was still a hug, and I'm like, I love you, bro. And in that moment, this chick opens her door. She opens her door and looks out, bro. All you heard was like, you heard it open, and then it's like, and she was like, oh, never mind. And I'm like, damn.
Fuck it. She gonna think what she gonna think, shit. You're like, no, wait, it's not what he think. Try to knock on the door and shit. She's nah, it's okay, I don't judge. That's cool, man. I feel like if I have another psilocybin trip, if and when,
I mean,
I need to do it. I want to try it like at night before I go to bed, like you did the second time.
The one thing I do tell people when you do it, you gotta be ready to face whatever you're gonna be willing to face. You gotta be ready. You got to be accepting of any knowledge that you receive. Don't be cocky with it. I'll tell you that story another day. And also, don't be. Also, have your way back. Is what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah. I got my.
Because there's some people who go deep and they don't come back the same. At least. So just be wary of that. Always have a reason to come back home. It's cool being out there, but it's not our time to be there yet.
Yeah, it's not all crazy colors and smiley faces. You know what I'm saying? Because you can get that, but you know what I'm saying. You have to have your mind, like I said, prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you got a lot of shit that you kind of like have you got a lot of skeletons in your closet in your brain. You know, a lot of stuff that you blocked out. It's gonna come out during these trips. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say, if you're really gonna take a mushroom trip, you should try to talk to someone and see where you're at mentally. See if you're ready to face these things that you have blocked off in your head.
Yeah, that's why that shit should be legal, so that actual people who have studied it for years and shit could actually, actually have clinics and shit. Because I'm sure it would help a lot of people with PTSD. All kinds of shit, man. Depression, anxiety, notoriety,
sobriety,
fuck society.
And another thing that people need to understand, when you do face it, there is a reward. It's not like you're gonna go there and it will be scary, but once you face it and defeat it, it's all just it all can go uphill from you.
My bad. Got something in my throat. But yeah, like going with that, I was listening to something today, podcast, and it was saying that not a lot of humans nowadays, because the way society is and everything's kind of easy. The reason people give themselves anxiety and this kind of shit is because we don't have that kind of those uphill battles and challenges like hunting for survival, or survival is different now. You know what I mean? So people aren't getting this kind of like natural endorphin anymore. You know what I mean? That we used to get.
Yeah.
Naturally.
It's like what I told you about just if you start smoking weed at an early age and you use that to deal with the stress, the bad things you got going on. The marijuana helps you just pretend it's not there or block it off or whatever. But what is that gonna make for a 23-year-old who still does that? Exactly. Because you ain't never dealt with issues. You're not gonna want to deal with issues now. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you spend your whole, it's the same thing with the smart ass kid who was a genius all through elementary, junior high, and high school, and he never had he knew everything like this. You know what I'm saying? He had all straight A's. Well, when it comes time in college to actually put in work and you don't know all the answers, do you think he's really gonna want to put in work and study, or is he gonna slack off and say fuck college?
Yeah,
exactly. What do most kids end up doing? Exactly, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it does come from like I said, in the world we live in, things are kind of easy. But instead of saying that we should go back and make them harder, nah, bro, we need to adapt. We need to adapt.
Yeah, we gotta find other challenging things to do, like exercise, and we gotta find us go fishing or something, or hiking.
Because you see, everything's getting easy, everything's done for you now. So what's there left to work on? Yourself, fam. You know what I'm saying? Physically, mentally, emotionally, the triangle. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying?
All the chakras and shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why not work on that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pretty soon everything's gonna be automated pretty soon. You know what I mean? So, it's like, what's there left to do if you ain't gotta worry about, everything's delivered to you.
Yeah.
You pull up to the grocery store, you can have your shit pull up to your car. You know what I mean? It's pretty easy to get anything you want now. So why not? Yeah, work on yourself.
Shelter. I mean, everything, bro. Clothing.
Yeah,
we don't have to
work on
struggle.
Yourself.
Yeah.
And pretty soon you'll see that like a lot of the stuff that you thought you needed, you probably didn't. You know what I mean? In going through the experience of alchemy. You know what I'm saying? Where you burn off everything that you don't need to make room for what you do need. A lot of people think, well, if I lose this character trait, or if I stop being this way, will I still be cool? It's this fear of it's the resistance to change. It's all fear is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, don't be afraid. The universe is not gonna it's not gonna screw you over and take away this personality trait and then make you some kind of lame or mean or whatever person. You know what I'm saying? Have faith. The universe has your back, bro. And even though you think that this trait you're losing or changing might change you for the worse, why not try it out? You know, I think you will find yourself pleasantly surprised in the end every time. You know, like you know how we talked about, you know, a couple years ago, I made the choices like, do I really need to do all that porn watching that you know takes up a lot of my day? You know, that was a personal decision, right? You know what I'm saying? And it has, you know, you see all the stuff I do, all the stuff I have time for to do now that I don't do that. You know, and I'm like, damn, you know, it really was blocking off, you know, like almost a shock.
I think it's easier.
You know, you're asking a lot from a guy.
Oh yeah, man. This is why I always say this, that was my personal thing, a decision I made for myself. Hey
it's
man,
hard.
If you still watch porn, I got respect for you. It's something I know, man. It's hard to kick, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
It's like heroin.
Yeah.
I started. That was like my first drug. Before we pornography, because it's Showtime and shit. You just like go like at night and be
the
like
hooker show at night.
Huh?
The hooker show at night.
I don't know about the hooker show, but it was softcore porn. It was like little storylines.
Where you could tell that they were like just fucking on their bellies.
Yeah, they
and
weren't.
shit.
Yeah,
there was no penetration.
All you see was like the titties, basically.
Yeah. It was too nice.
Oh, bro, for a kid.
They ain't seen shit.
Whoo, shit, bro. That was and I feel bad for the kids now because they don't have to start off with that shit. They
you
can
know,
start off
the
with that
one
hardcore
thing
shit.
I distinctly remember being on HBO.
Rescue Diaries.
Nah, that too. It was Katie Morgan, man. That woman had her own little show.
I don't know
that
who
shit
that
was
is.
funny. It was, white porn star.
Mm.
But she had her own little pornology, like 101.
Oh, like she would ask you questions and
shit?
Yeah. Oh.
This shit was good.
Some of the storylines were pretty cool back then. Now it's just crazy shit. They ran out of ideas. So they gotta use crazy shit sometimes.
Then they had like an alien one. I remember that seeing a recent one.
They got everything. I see like a lot of memes of that. There's like a dude in a T-Rex suit.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? And I know that that's a video. I got watched a little bit of that one.
This is crazy talking about this.
I know, man, but it's not just us, man. It's some real shit though. And chicks watch it too, man. A lot of chicks watch porn now. It's probably a lot more men, but still. Yeah. Oh, okay. Another thing I heard today on this other was about women when they smell. Like they have like their sense of smell is like 7 times better than men.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
And so, and also when they're on birth control, that alters their sense of smell.
Yeah.
So if they fall in love with somebody while they're on birth control,
yeah, they
get off birth control.
Yeah.
Their smells might not work right.
Oh.
They might not feel they're like, we're not working.
I can attest to the fact that I know women have better sense of smell than men because at work, you know, I've always worn a certain kind of gel in my hair, right? And there's only one certain one gender that always consider like, oh look, you smell like cocoa. You know what I'm saying? It's women. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'll be working right next to dudes all day. They won't notice a damn thing. But I'll stand 2 minutes next to a chick and be like, you smell really good. I smell like cocoa. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
crazy,
like women,
heightened senses.
Yeah, women hold heightened senses. You know what I mean?
It's like some superhero shit.
Man, you know how I was watching this lecture and it was talking about the Millennium series. That's the girl with the dragon tattoo, the girl who kicked the hornet's nest, and that series of books, right? It's called the Millennium Trilogy.
There's also a movie, right?
Yeah. There's movies of those. You know what I'm saying? And
you read those books?
Yeah, the book I read the first one, and it's pretty intense. But anyhow, the lecture was talking about the concept behind what this woman in the story is doing, which is she basically becomes an avenger for other women, like women who have been sexually abused or mistreated. What she does is she goes and avenges them by brutally, killing the dudes or torturing the dudes that did it to them, right? You know what I'm saying? Even she was sexually abused, or and throughout the story, it's pretty intense, those storylines. You know what I'm saying? Very heavily adult material. You know what I'm saying? But anyhow, it talked about that she represents what a Valkyrie used to be back in the day.
Or Valkyries, bro.
Or a Fury. You know what I'm saying?
The Shield Maidens. Yeah. That's how I'm talking about with the Vikings.
And so she made me think of how a lot of women are nowadays, so domineering, and they're just as feisty, or even not more as men, right? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this wave of women that are like that, That's what it's about. It all the centuries that men have spent mistreating women in every kind of way, it's coming back on us now. All these women that are coming to this world all have they're basically like looking at men like, I'm kicking your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Can't blame them either.
Yeah, they're born with a chip on their shoulder because they feel it. They're
it's
born,
in the DNA.
It's
suppression.
They feel it now. They're born in a world where men think they control everything. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I'm not no feminist, but it's just pretty obvious to notice that, like, you know, how society changes. You know what I mean? So, you know, I don't take a side in this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, women's rights is all about women. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a woman, so that's you know, you have to ask women about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I shouldn't say Vikings. I should call them Danes or
Aryans.
Were they Aryans? Because there was also Aryan. Well, no, that's the Anglos. The Anglo-Saxons were England.
Yeah.
Well,
you know, when you refer to England as England, you're referring to England from after they were taken over by the Vikings, the Angles.
Right.
No, so really, what the proper way to refer to that country should be is Britain. Because the Bretons are the original people of that land. Well, not the original, right?
Well, the Britons and the Anglo-Saxons used to fight a lot.
Yeah, and obviously, who you think won? You know, the Anglo-Saxons.
Yeah.
You know,
So sometimes the Britons would fight alongside the Vikings.
Yeah.
Or the Danes.
And some people theorize that King Arthur was a Breton, and the reason why he was so famous and respected is because he successfully drove off some of these Anglo-Saxons. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they came back after he died and shit, but the fact that he was able to do it is what gave him such a big reputation over there. Why the Britons, you know, not the England, not the Angles, the Britons, they hold King Arthur in high esteem. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's why like the Scots and the Irish were always like hard as fuck, because even the Danish sometimes wouldn't be able to fuck with them as much as they could with the Anglo-Saxons.
True that.
Yeah. Fiery motherfuckers. But I mean, it's cool how there's different races of humans, but I don't agree with racism. I think we should all respect all the different pros and cons of each, and just be like, oh, you know, it's cool. Just in all, the different, like, Hispanics are like this, and I don't even know what Hispanic means. I think some people don't even like that, or Latino. I don't know.
You a Mexican?
I'm a Mexican American, I guess.
You acting like you scared to represent.
Yeah, it's
SPN.
Yeah.
I tried to listen to his newest album. It was alright. Quality's really bad.
I gave up after Son of Norma.
Yeah, me too. His first couple albums in there were fire though. Devil's Strike and
Last Chair Violinist.
Was
Jack is in my home.
Yeah, but that's still one of my favorite SPM songs. We're supposed to be making a movie.
Oh, boy.
But I don't know. I want to see a Bone Thugs and Harmony movie. And they're going to be behind it, supposedly, because they don't want, like, somebody else. Did you ever see the NWA movie, Straight Outta Compton?
I did not.
Did you?
Mm-mm.
It was alright. It's all very skewed.
It's Hollywood, you know.
Yeah, Hollywood's gotta do its own version.
They gotta make it look like dramatic or like they were always in the right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't show none of the shit when Dre was fucking up.
They gotta make it look like they were some hoes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. You know how to play the piano?
I wish I could learn, fam. But I want to learn bass before anything.
Oh, yeah.
I play the bass right now.
You can start a band.
Yeah. All you got to name the Graysons. You know, Sons of the Grey. You know what I'm saying? The call up the Graysons.
Sons of the Grey, like the Greys?
Grey, like G-R. Nah, not like aliens, but like, see, you know, some people see life in black and white. Nah, bro, we're in the middle.
Shades of grey.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Don't say that. Don't say that.
I know, man. Like, I didn't say 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, shit. Yeah, bro, I think I need I think the best way to quit porn is to be in a relationship.
Nah, you would be surprised because let me tell you, the more, if you're fucking regularly, the first thing you start thinking about is sex all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? Now you have to watch yourself and not get too obsessed with sex that you look at other females like, yeah, I like to do what I did to my girl last week. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you gotta.
I know, bro. That's the thing. Like, is monogamy natural? Do y'all think?
Natural? I don't know, but you know what I'm saying? Like, do you think it's right? Do you think it's really possible to quote unquote be in love and love two people like that? You know what I'm saying?
Like, not real love. I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know.
It's like,
I think people just get bored.
Because, you know, if we're going by the proper laws of life and how people are supposed to be, then it's all about procreating. You know what I'm saying? Making another child. You know what I'm saying? And how you looking now if it's one dude with 2 baby mamas? You look at him like a hoe. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that, you know.
Some would.
Yeah.
Some would be like, hey, he was pimp. But if you got a baby mama with 2 baby daddies, then shit, I got some notes, man. Bust out the notes.
What? No, I was just looking at something.
Just looking at.
It's just things that me and him have been doing on our own, but
You got any,
together better our own time as the founding fathers. What?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
You
say.
just piggybacked on my shit.
I was gonna ask about
Hey,
Ben.
piggyback.
I was gonna ask about Ben Franklin.
Let me tell you what happened. So we had started a class on Benjamin Franklin together, right?
Uh-huh.
But the professor was a little too detailed for my boy.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't hang. You know what I'm saying? So he dropped out, right? But he sees me all getting into it. I talk about how awesome Ben Franklin is and this and that. He's like, well, maybe I want to learn too. And so I finished the Ben Franklin lecture, and I started another class on the founding fathers, right?
Already.
And he sees it on the watch list. He's like, hey, I want to watch that too. You know what I'm saying? He just piggybacking, bro. You know what I'm saying? Remember that song with Clips and Slim Thugs, Mr. Me Too?
Now I do that you remember. I don't remember how it goes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's not it at all.
So what about Ben? So you're down with Ben Franklin?
Tell it from your side, buddy.
Well, from my side.
Yeah.
What you mean?
What got you into the founding fathers and all this stuff?
Because I want to learn about it. That teacher was just boring. This one is more exciting.
It's George Washington.
Man, hold on.
Ben
I got
Franklin.
a different. We're about to debate on teachers.
No,
Hold on.
Thomas
I think the teacher from the founding fathers lecture is just as he drones on just as much as the other one.
I would have tuned in if I knew he wouldn't just keep on going on random ass tangents over Philadelphia.
Okay,
and
look.
sports
Wait till you get to the class about Thomas Jefferson's books. That dude goes way off topic. Like, and so don't.
Man, can I just read a book about them? I mean, I'm interested in both. I just didn't like the teacher. If they have a different teacher, I'd be all into it. But
he's just trying to.
Fucked a lot of
this
slaves,
other teacher's different. This teacher's more exciting. This other guy was boring.
Man, y'all don't even have to pay these teachers.
I do.
Not in that way.
Oh yeah. Well, I paid $20 a month for the Great Courses Plus.
It's not bad.
Dang, look at him. Gotta tell everybody how much you think. Look at him bragging to sound.
I mean, shit, that's.
Hey man, it's worth it. I can't lie to you. You learn a lot of shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things.
Oh, he's a real PhD college.
Yeah, he's a real PhD college.
Oh yeah, so you know what? Let's recommend that. Everybody should go check it out. Great Courses Plus. Just Google it, man. And
Right. So great, GREAT.
Courses
COURSES.
Plus.
Like spell out plus.
PLUS. Yeah, Great Courses Plus. You can start a free trial for.
I'll put a link in the description about that.
I think it's
like
a month. I think it's a week or something like that. It's gonna be a nice little trial, but you know, give it a shot. You know what I mean? Yeah.
If you like it,
that's something to binge on instead of always binging on like Hulu.
Yeah, it's a better thing to binge on than that. If you want the real detail of certain subjects, you can get it from these people. Or this one's a website.
I feel like a real like a straight geek, bro. Cause yeah, bro, I'll be at work and I'll be thinking about I can't wait to get home and watch some lectures. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, you're gay, bro.
I know, right, bro.
I'm not. The gay is a good. It's not a. I take that.
You're gay isn't happy. You know what I'm saying? You're just very merry and gay.
Like the Flintstones, a gay old time.
There you go. Nah, but yeah, man, you know, but hey, you know what? Now that I'm older and I don't give a fuck. You know, I don't give a fuck if anybody does say, look at you, look at you over there, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it should be there, right?
Cause like you talked about, you know, it's like, you know, better to binge watch that. You know, that's an opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, cause I say that, but I'm probably still gonna binge watch
Vikings.
Vikings.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I ain't gonna sit here and
Netflix.
bad mouth TV because hey, I love my shows too. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple TV shows I love watching. You know, shout out to Boardwalk Empire. Shout out to
what was that the one that I told you there's a new season coming out?
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Shout out to Curb Your The Wire. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of shows that are worth binge watching in my humble opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's artwork, man. It's fucking. That's a cool thing about it, man. So much cool shit the time we live in, bro. That's why I gotta catch myself when I complain and shit. When I start getting in the mood, I'm like, nah.
Yeah, nah, you really. It's like think about this. At that moment, you know, the Lord Himself appeared to you and said, "Son, are you really unhappy with the life you have right now?"
Right, it's really that bad.
Yeah, you be like, "Nah, bro. You know what? You're right. You're right. I'm sorry." You know what I mean? My fault. Being a little spoiled there for a second. You know?
Being a little whiny bitch.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you know, pretty much, bro. Tell like it is. You know what I'm saying? Be real with yourself. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Be real with yourself.
100. That tough love. Hey, you know what better yet? You want to do like one of those long jig things?
Nah.
Oh, there might not even be enough, right? Or it's too hard for you? No.
Come on, bro.
I feel you. That's a good way for the last one.
Where's your last tip at?
Tap crib.
Jeez.
I got tips right here.
Jeez. Oh, look at this guy. Jeez, bro. Wait.
Like a savage.
Yep.
I know, man.
Now, when I'm solo, I don't even use tips, bro.
See, that's me being
Straight
spoiled
up.
about my smoking. Where's that glass tip at, bro?
Glass tip.
Yeah.
I think that's what Be Real be using on
Yeah, that
hot
is.
box.
Yeah,
smoke box.
that. See, I remember when he first started using it, I bought one, right? And I gave it to my. Obviously, I don't roll. I always have homies that roll. You know what I'm saying? So I bought one, and I asked my boy to roll with it, and he tried it, but it didn't really work out. It really worked that good, so we gave up on it. So ever since then, I gave it up. But then I saw that I don't know, the skunk ones are really cool. The skunk brand, glass tips, they look pretty cool.
Are they made different? Because there's like little holes in there?
Yeah, because skunk brand really is for smokers, bro. Like, by smokers, for smokers, so they make good products, you know what I'm saying? Like,
FUBU, for us, by us.
There you go. So, I bought one of them, and we tried it out, and, bro, ever since we tried out that first one, was like, boom, never went back to the regular paper filters, I spoiled like that.
Until today.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
You spoiled more than
It's a special
many
occasion.
ways than that. Like, let's not forget this.
We all are. That's as Americans.
Yeah.
Even as humans, like, we have it better than a lot of animals. You know
This
what I
guy.
mean? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
They can't even, like...
I sure wouldn't want to be a freaking grasshopper.
I'm saying, you don't ever have to worry about ever rolling something.
Thank God I'm not a squirrel that's gonna probably die by getting ran over.
Oh, those fucking squirrels.
Oh, yeah,
Man, that's
man.
fucked up.
I get sad when I see, like, a dead dog or a cat on the side of the road. I'm like, you dumb motherfucker. But maybe they did it on purpose. I don't know. Who knows?
Couldn't take this life.
Because they can't talk like us. Because we have it better. They're like, man, I wish I could go to school and drive a car and shit. Maybe I'll reincarnate as a human.
Hey, we should do. What's that? We should do an episode one day where we like imitate each other. Like I'm gonna be Chris, and you're gonna be me, and you're gonna be Romo, and that's how we're gonna act. You know what I'm saying?
That's hard. I'm gonna have to do homework.
Bro, I want to be you just so I can like cough every 10 seconds, like real loud.
I know when I hear myself, I'm like, damn.
I'll be like, every 10 seconds.
That's probably way louder than any cough I've ever had on the podcast. I listen to it, bro. I've had one because usually, but yeah, I know.
If I'm imitate Romo, I just not say shit the whole episode.
And then just be like, yeah. Yep. Uh-huh.
Nah, for real.
Boom, boom, hammer.
Damn. That's what's up, bro. If we had a wind up toy, that's what Romo's catchphrase in the video, you know what I'm saying?
And then Romo, how would you imitate Vino, Romo?
Yeah, Romo, how'd you imitate Vino?
Fuck y'all.
How would you imitate Vino, Chris?
How would you imitate? I don't know. I'm not good at imitation.
I'm not good at
I'm just
imitation.
trying to
Oh, man, I'm copping out, man. I'm copping out, man. I'm gonna get butthurt, I promise.
I'd be like, I would just move around a lot.
What?
I just made you imitate yourself.
That is motherfucker.
I would just move around a lot, I guess. You like to move
He
around?
restless.
Just
Can't stand still,
You
guys.
talking shit to me?
Fucking Romo, he's a fucking pussy. No.
Nah, alright, bro.
He let me crash on his couch for 2 hours.
I don't know. I'm not good, bro. I'm not good at imitating. That's one thing. If I ever became a comedian, I don't know if I ever could or would, but imitate, that's just as hard as fuck. Some people are good at this shit. Can you imitate anybody in your life? Like,
Just pretty much everybody.
really?
Yeah. He seen me do. He heard me do it all the time.
Can you imitate me? Can you
I
imitate us right now?
Nah, not right now. Yeah, I'm on the spot. Not on the spot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you kind of do with the Calvin and shit.
I'm not DiCaprio. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that movie again, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Man,
so damn good.
In that movie.
Man.
Let somebody act as Bruce Lee, right?
Yeah,
That
bro. Dude, you know what? The guy, and up until the time it came to do the fighting stuff, he did a pretty good job of pretending he was Bruce Lee.
Really?
Yeah. That you could
Is that
tell.
any CGI?
Nah. You could tell that guy, Quentin Tarantino's. I think he's very against CGI. You know, if you watch his movies, ain't no CGI in that shit.
Well, Martin Scorsese said that like the Avengers movies are like I think like video games,
bro,
or something. And they
really
are. But he had to use CGI on Irishman because Pacino and De Niro and Pesci were so fucking old.
Bro, Pacino he plays a little role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Bro, he is so good, bro. Cause like I'm saying, you see him and you know that's Al Pacino. But once he gets into that role and starts talking, you forget he's Al Pacino, and you're like. And you get lost in the role he's playing, like in the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he plays like a Hollywood big time guy. You know, he books actors to go on shows, and he's powerful like that, right?
Okay.
But you get so lost in that, like he's playing the role. So, yeah, you forget.
Well, that's Pacino, man.
Bro,
Every role he plays,
gangster.
like he's not Pacino no more. He's Scarface or he's fucking Carlito or.
Bro, even though I'm pretty sure if you're Cuban and Puerto Rican, you saw those and were like, man, fuck you, Al Pacino. Cause yeah, he I don't think do you think that Cubans really sound like that? I mean, Manny is a real Cuban. So
right.
think about think about Carlito's way. He sounded like some dude trying to sound just hip, like back in the 70s. Yo, what's up, dog? You know, that's what he sounded like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's the matter with you, dog? You know, that's what he sounded like. And there's Puerto Ricans all over that film, bro. So you didn't have to do it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you.
But then again, he's
I don't really get.
He's an Italian guy born in the 50s. You know, it's not like you expect this guy to like be politically correct. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
especially back then. I'm
gonna go take a whiz. Hey, while I'm out, why don't you pretend that I'm not here and pretend to be me?
This fool.
You can do it. Did you have anything particular you wanted to talk about today? Bring up?
Yeah, nothing in particular. Nothing.
Nothing on your mind.
I don't know what I've been learning. I haven't really finished up. I started an audiobook of the Gallic Wars told by Julius Caesar, where he basically took over all of Gaul and basically the norms. Basically took over all of Europe. Basically what he did. He defeated all the Celts. You know, all the descendants from the Vikings.
Wait, was Caesar? Was
Julius Caesar.
The Romans were before the Vikings.
Well, you gotta remember the Celts and the Vikings are both almost the same people. They were all just spread out differently around the world.
Okay.
So they're spread out all around Europe. So the audiobook, I'm on book 2. Book 1 talks about the start of it all. And the fear and the defeat that he put onto these people. It was
Is that your favorite character in history? Caesar?
No.
Do you have a favorite? Alexander the Great?
It's up there.
Do you have a favorite founding father?
Ben Franklin.
Great.
Stop.
He was the only one. Well, he's the only one who has he's saying to look in the mirror. He's got a piece of shit on your face. Man, I wish I could grow a beard sometimes like that. Let me see that. Let me see.
This guy like a kid over here. Don't touch me, leave me alone. Trying to keep you clean, fool.
What are we jamming out to?
Give me that.
This is the Kilimanjaro Dark Jazz Ensemble.
It's loose right there. The who?
the Kilimanjaro Jazz Ensemble, dark jazz ensemble.
So this is like more than a certain amount of years old, so it's not like trademarked anymore, copyrighted.
I mean, it's a really like it's like a
public domain.
Yeah, I'm assuming. You know, they're not some band that puts out albums like that. They're just like a little orchestra, a local orchestra from Kilimanjaro up there in Canada.
Oh shit.
Do a quick check on that, somebody. It's Kilimanjaro in Canada. I feel like I need to proof that real quick.
I should have kept this
Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro.
How do you, is that spelled the way it sounds?
K-I-L.
Hey, turn this computer.
I-M.
K-I-L.
I-M. A-N. By now you should something popped up, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Where is that?
It says up your butt and around
the corner.
Yeah.
Bro, when we were kids, that's what we used to say to each other, bro. Like, hey, what's that? Around the corner and up your ass. That's what we used to say, man.
It says Mount Kilimanjaro, volcano in Tanzania.
Tanzania? Where's Tanzania?
It's like an island, isn't it?
That's not Canada at all, is it?
What's his mount?
No, you're way off.
That's not Canada at all.
It's in Africa?
Africa? Well, see, this music isn't even from the U.S., so there you go.
Oh.
There you go. Man, I was way off. I'm sorry for my shitty geography there. Thinking Kilimanjaro was in Canada.
It's Africa's tallest mountain.
Damn.
There you go.
That hoe looks like a beast. 19,341 feet.
It's not a volcano?
Oh, aren't all? No, they're not all volcanoes, right?
I don't think so. I don't think Mount Everest was it?
However, mountains are made because like it was all flooded, right, or some shit, like how the Grand Canyon's made. I think.
I'm not too bothered on that. I'm not.
I should listen more in geography.
But, hey, I have on my watch list. I have a course on geology.
Geology is what it is, not geography. Geography is like maps and shit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna learn hopefully soon about that.
That's what's up.
We'll get back to you on that. The geology thing.
Coming soon.
Mount Everest is 29,029 feet.
Ooh, let's go.
Bro, look up how tall Mons Olympus. In fact, type in here. Go to images.
You said Mount Olympus?
No, Mons Olympus. Type in just space. Type in Mons Olympus. Mons. Where's the M S? Yeah. Right here. And look at the difference in size. So he just told you that. Look at him. He just told you how tall Mount Everest is. Go look at the difference in how tall Mons Olympus. Mons Olympus is on Mars, by the way.
Oh.
Holy.
Yeah.
Damn.
See, tell him, Romo.
Let's see.
Give him details. How big is Mount Everest?
Mount Everest is about what? 5?
This says 6.33 miles above sea level, right? Mons Olympus is 14 miles above sea level.
Miles.
Yeah.
So how tall is Everest?
It says 6.33 miles
above sea level.
Above sea level.
Well, didn't you say something about feet? They didn't say feet.
Like it has meters.
Nah, we're American. We don't know meters, bro.
Well, I mean, even meters. Just compare meters from Mars to meters to Mount or Mon. Yaman.
No way.
It's 3 times higher than the Earth's tallest
He
mountain.
wants to know how many.
Well, then what's the Earth's tallest mountain? Is that Olympus? That's not. I mean,
no, Mount Everest.
Everest.
Yeah. Tallest point on Earth.
What's Mount Rushmore? That was the
Mount
president's
Rushmore,
faces.
Mount Rushmore is the defecation of Native American land, sir.
Amen, brother.
How dare you, man? Now you want to get political.
You the one. I didn't know. I'm just. I don't know.
You have
Remember Richie Rich, the movie? Did they make their own little fucking Everest face
Yeah,
thing?
they did, man.
And they had like the vault. Remember that movie? That's fucking crazy.
Desecrating.
Now they
Native
probably got
American
those little
land.
bugs and shit, like for real. I don't even know what's the story of that. So that
There
was
we
like
go.
just a regular.
It's 72,000 feet. That's how tall that mountain is.
And on
Mars.
Mars,
It's
72,000. And Everest is how many thousand?
29,000.
Damn.
There, you happy? Your metric, he converted it to
American?
feet. Yeah.
No, Peru, America, and there's a few other countries that use whatever the fuck we use. But everybody else in the world uses the metric system.
Yeah. It's like how, like I said, in this country, we love American football. The rest of the world loves soccer. Even basketball has more love around the world than football.
Except for Canada. Last time you said that, we were talking about that.
Hockey.
Hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Hockey boys.
Yeah, in Russia too.
D2, the Mighty
Yeah,
Ducks.
in Russia,
Oh, yeah?
in Russia, yeah.
There's
Hockey,
ice.
hockey is the shit over there, probably. You know, even Putin's always at games over there.
There's I think in Scotland is rugby.
Rugby, I would believe it.
Or something.
Australia probably too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Australia. You know what I'm saying?
Or koalas.
Going through a rebirth over there.
Yeah.
And Philippines might go through a rebirth too, man.
It's
Shit.
happening in the Philippines.
The volcano over there is might
be active.
bust open too, yeah. And you know, but those old people that fish over there, you know what they said? They don't give a fuck. They're not moving at all. They're still.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it was
This
a
is-
Nile volcano eruption.
most people know that this is not the end all be all. This place on Earth.
What do you mean, we're going to another planet?
No, or another dimension
Oh wow, sir.
after we die.
Are we leveling up?
Possibly.
The Philippines are bracing for a long crisis, is what it says.
Because think about it, bro. That volcano that erupted last year in Hawaii and over the summer, it changed their climate. Instead of summer, it became winter over there. People,
It says that right here too.
I don't know why.
Really?
I don't know
There's
why that
drastic
isn't more.
changes.
I don't know why that isn't more talked about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this would be some major fucking news.
Here, I think we should implement something. Where's that pencil at? Where's
The
that?
phallic shape device.
This is the talking stick. I always had it. Alright. But, yeah. It turns out that the volcano erupting over there in Hawaii changed their climate, bro. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
okay, I believe that our poles are slowly shifting. That's why,
This really where it's going?
yeah, it's clockwise.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think, oh, you're for real.
I am.
The talking stick. I think. Looking at it. For anybody who knows, this talking stick is a stuffed giant pencil with glasses and it says nerd. My son once had a carnival or some shit. What was it talking about? Oh, I think our poles are shifting because the way that the weather changed. Because like last year or the year before that, at one point it was colder in the United States, like in New York, than it was like in Alaska or in Antarctica or somewhere, some shit like that. Somewhere where it's like supposed to be always colder. And then the way when I saw 2012 and the day after tomorrow, it's like the pole shift like dramatically, but I think he's just doing it slowly. And that's why some years like we haven't seen snow or it's just wobbly or some shit. I have no idea. I'm just guessing. I'm just some
I mean, from what I'm seeing, it might be doing that.
pole
Yeah,
shifting.
so think about it. In Australia, that whatever's going on over there is probably going to change their climate too, fam. You know what
It's
I mean?
saying
Well, that means all our climate is changing.
Yeah, because of the Philippines too. I wish we had a globe. We need to get a globe or at least a map.
I got a globe.
So,
I'll let y'all see this. I mean,
no, I don't want to see that. I want to see a globe.
see, this is what it's basically been doing.
I can't see.
The past 4 weeks ago,
The Earth's magnetic pole is heading for Russia.
See what I'm saying? It moved from Russia to across. It's been skittering to now it's by
30 miles
Serbia.
per year.
Yeah.
That's kind of fucking fast. Before you know it, well, that's what. Well,
That was Chris doing his trademark call.
They should make a coffee cup.
If we did a mixtape, or you know what, the intro, like if we had a soundboard, his cough.
well, we can see to the eye.
Yeah,
Um,
like The Mist.
what's the mist?
What?
Scary movie.
Yeah, you never seen the Stephen is. Oh man,
I saw the preview. I think.
that's a dope movie.
I felt like it was kind of done, like it's fog chasing you and shit.
Nah, it's not fog.
It's mist.
There's bro. There's other like the mist creates an opening from another dimension where all the bugs are giant dinosaur sized.
Oh, that's.
Oh yeah.
You didn't get that far?
I never watched it at all.
Oh
Man, that movie got good,
Yeah,
bro.
I guess I need to watch the movie.
Yeah,
Bro,
man.
that was good.
It also gets into like psychology of the humans. How will people get during that situation? Because everyone's stuck in the grocery store.
Yeah, I remember seeing that preview. You know, my sister thinks that bugs are from hell. They're like demons, insects and arachnids and shit. But I don't know, like it is like a different kind of. They're completely different than like tigers, and they look like monsters, bro. They look like aliens. There was some scientists that were thinking that octopuses were aliens because of how weird they fucking are. Like when they dream, they change color and shit.
Oh man, how do people know that? They dreaming. Come on, son.
Because they're changing color. So it's like,
How do we know they're dreaming?
well, I guess you don't, but there's some of that you're right. They're just like putting two and two together, I guess, because when they change color when they're awake, it's to
unlike that. It's scientists. Scientists prove this shit. That's why. That's why they dream, and plus that's why they change colors.
Yeah, I mean, why else would they change? I mean, they could just be changing colors because they're just.
Or it could be because they're trying to camouflage at night while they're sleeping.
Or that.
They try to rest and relax, so they don't have to worry about predators finding them. They just change as what.
I mean, I don't know what, but they're dope as fuck. And they can squeeze in tiny little things.
That's the weird part, bro. They have no bones.
And then I don't even think they have to be in water all the time.
You know, this making me crave some sushi.
You wanna go?
Calamari, bro.
You buy?
I mean, I might.
Oh.
You driving?
I could.
I'll pay you driving.
Look, he's just trying to sound like he's like he's generous on the podcast and
He's like ballin'. He's like, hey, you want some sushi?
And then when we start recording, he'd be like, we go CC's. Yeah.
That's fucking hungry for.
He got pizza for you, don't worry.
Huh?
You want to wrap this up?
Yeah, he's getting angry. Yeah,
hangry.
Is he a creepy flying?
Snickers bar and shit.
Yeah.
All right, man. This was gelato number 2.
Yeah.
Podcast number 7. I think so. Lucky number 7. Peace, love, and happiness to everybody.
Yay.
Peace.